Right. Let's talk a little bit about the Brickyard last weekend, Steve. To be honest with you, I was a little disappointed in the crowd there, to be honest with you. Those grandstands are so massive, though. When you have 60,000 people at a race that holds 250,000 people, the seats, it looks like it just doesn't look very good on television, to me.
Yeah, and I don't know what the answer to that is.
Yeah.
We're at the stage where the last oval race, I mean, all the photos of empty seats, and everyone's like, we've got to do something. Let's run it on the road course. All right, well, here we are on the road course.
Nothing.
And it's the same scenario.
Yeah.
I just don't know. It is a difficult place. It is going to be a challenge no matter what they do with the optics of it, because you are spot on. Do we just need to limit the crowd to the front straightaway?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. And the reality of it is you got Roger Penske at the helm. So someone smarter than you and I is trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the answer is either. And so, I'll be fascinated to see. One of the ideas floated was, the road course next year and the oval the year after that and a back and forth. And, I think Indy is important to be at, but, it just is really a big challenge with how that looks. It really, truly is. And the problem is, like I said, they need the stands in May, and so consequently you're not going to remove them. But I don't know. I don't know what the answer is on that one. That is another one of those monster challenges I think everyone has.
Just my opinion. I'm afraid that we're to the point where we're almost going to have to give up on the Brickyard. Me personally, that's just my opinion.
Maybe that's an option.
Yeah, that's just my opinion. I just don't think it were. I went there in '96 and watched the Brickyard 400, and it was packed. The grandstands were packed because it was new and people wanted to see it. But as time went on, people realized the racing wasn't that good, neither on the road course nor on the oval. And I'm just thinking that we need to maybe pump the brakes a little bit on the Brickyard. How about we go over to IRP and race over there? I think that would be a better race.
Yeah, my curiosity is what this looks like. And again, this goes to what this looks like. And you've talked about the conversations you and Austin have. What does this look like in 2 or 3 years?
Yeah.
Are we on a rotation with some places where every other year we go to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway? Every other year we go to this particular track, the Nashville Fairgrounds. Mm-hmm. Every other year, we rotate the Nashville Fairgrounds, the Nashville Super Speedway. Every other year we kind of mix this up a little bit because, Scott, the reality of our society is everybody wants something new every week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't have new every week.
Right.
But it's why we have a Roval at Charlotte, because someone wanted something different. It's why we're going street racing in Chicago. It's why we went to the L.A. Coliseum. Right. And so how do you accomplish new? And 5 years ago, the NASCAR schedule was stagnant. It was just, I could sit down in June and plan my following year out, knowing where I'm going. So I think we're headed in the right direction. And does a series of 15 tracks rotating every other year, does that do something? And I don't know. And I do think that the people running this sport right now are creative and ideas like that 5 years ago or 10 years ago were never even considered. I think that might be the option. And maybe Indy falls into that category where every third year we go run on the Brickyard and it becomes that historic Brickyard 400. And that's the must see race and the must one you have to go to. I don't know. But I think the beauty of it is I think that the folks running this show here, the NASCAR show, I think they're creative, and I think that they may look at something like that. I'm totally speculating,
right.
But I think this is not your dad's NASCAR where we run the same 38 races every year. This is wide open right now.
Yeah.